All right, today we're going to try and unlock the work of one of the absolute heavy hitters of the 20th century, Albert Camus. And believe it or not, we're going to do it with a single key, a really special book that can open up his entire philosophical world. So have you ever picked up The Stranger or maybe The Myth of Sisyphus? If you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The ideas are just brilliant. But let's be real, it can sometimes feel like you're lost in this massive, complex labyrinth. It's as challenging as it is profound. So here's our game plan. We'll start by stepping into that Camus labyrinth to see why it's so tricky. Then I'll show you the key that unlocks it all. We'll even test that key on 3 of his biggest ideas, see how it all connects back to his life, and finally, get you ready to start your own exploration. Okay, first things first, the Camus labyrinth. Why is it that his ideas are so captivating, but at the same time, so hard to fully pin down? Well, it's because this is a guy who was never afraid to tackle the biggest questions imaginable. I mean, he just dove headfirst into stuff like freedom, our search for meaning, and our place in a universe that, frankly, seems totally indifferent to us. These are not simple topics, you know? And to really get them, you kind of need a guide. So what's the solution? How do you get through the labyrinth? It's this right here, the Camus Dictionary by Isaac Volpe. And hey, don't let the name dictionary fool you. This is so much more than a list of words. It's like a portal straight into Camus's mind. Seriously, this guide is designed to take that complex philosophy we were just talking about and just untangle it for you. It completely lights up the ideas behind his famous novels, making them a much richer experience. It digs deep into those timeless existential questions that still hit home today. And what I really love is that it blends his life story with his philosophy, which is perfect for students, enthusiasts, anyone really. It just gets you thinking. Okay, so let's put this key to the test, shall we? We're going to unlock 3 of Camus' most essential ideas, and we'll use this dictionary as our guide. First up, the big one, the absurd. The book defines this with such perfect clarity. See, it's not that the world is meaningless. It's about the clash, this fundamental conflict between our deep human desire for meaning and a universe that just gives us, well, an unreasonable silence. And this quote from Camus himself, which the book highlights, just nails it. The absurd isn't a thing in the world. It's the confrontation between us and the world. You know that feeling when you scream, "Why?" at the sky and get nothing back? That's it. That's the absurd. But here's the incredible part, and this is so important. This isn't a recipe for despair. For Camus, recognizing the absurd is the absolute starting point. It's the moment you stop looking for prepackaged answers, free yourself from false hope, and get this, clean slate to build a truly authentic life. Okay, so if the world is absurd, what are we supposed to do? Camus' answer is absurd heroism. It's the defiant choice to live fully, to create your own value, and to act heroically in spite of the universe's silence. You do it anyway. And this brings us to maybe his most famous line ever. Think about Sisyphus, cursed to push a rock up a hill forever. A pointless task, right? But Camus says the struggle itself is enough to fill your heart. We have to imagine Sisyphus happy. Why? Not because pushing a rock is fun, but because his rebellion, his conscious defiance, is his meaning. He's the ultimate absurd hero. So at the end of the day, absurd heroism is all about empowerment. It's about you creating your own meaning through passion, through freedom, and through a spirit of rebellion against your circumstances. And that spirit of rebellion leads us perfectly to our 3rd concept, the idea of revolt. Now for Camus, revolt is so much more than a political act. It's a fundamental part of being human. It's the act of looking at injustice, at oppression, at the absurdity of it all, and saying no. This quote is just so powerful. It flips that old saying. It's not, "I think, therefore I am." It's, "I rebel, therefore I exist." Our very existence is affirmed when we push back against the things that try to diminish us. It's a declaration of human dignity. So you see, in just these 3 terms, you get a feel for how this book works. It isn't just giving you definitions, it's connecting the dots. It shows you this incredible pathway. Confronting the absurd leads to a kind of heroism, which is fueled by revolt. It's like a blueprint for living a more engaged, meaningful life. And the book's value goes even deeper. It gives you the whole picture of Camus by connecting his philosophy not just to itself, but to his life and his incredible art.
The way Volpe structures this dictionary is just brilliant. First, you get to understand the man, his life, his experiences with poverty and war that shaped him. Then, you grasp the core ideas we just talked about. And finally, you see how those ideas burst to life in his novels, which completely changes how you read them.
And that brings us to our final stop today, which is really more of an invitation for you to start your own adventure.
Look, if you've ever felt a bit intimidated by Camus, or you've read him but you just want to go deeper, this book is the perfect tool. It's not just a guide. It's your map and your compass for navigating the rich, challenging, and ultimately super rewarding landscape of his thought. You know, Camus has this beautiful line where he says, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer." And his philosophy really is a powerful tool for finding that very strength within ourselves, especially when times are tough. So, if you're ready to explore the absurd, embrace revolt, and maybe find your own invincible summer, the journey starts right here. You can find the Camus Dictionary by Isaac Volpe using the link right down in the description. Thanks for watching.